except his head. Quick thinking was put in the bag, and Medusa ran off with 5 HP, and we could not find her. Our friends got a shitload of gold, and they're on their way to help their friends, seek help for their friends in the city. And they found the box they were searching for.
And the city is under war.
Oh yeah. What the fuck? I kind of missed that part.
Okay, so you guys hurriedly, I say probably running this full distance back to the south side of the city. You arrive, as you crest the hill towards the city, you notice that behind the walls, which appear to be perfectly strong and holding steel, plumes of black smoke and the sounds of swords hitting against armor and missing, and just general combat, spells flying off. You notice a few like arcane bolts firing into the air.
Is it the Legion and the Order of Shaltir going at it?
Well, you're on the other side of the gate, so you're not entirely sure.
Hmm.
There doesn't appear to be any guards manning the top of the gate at the moment, and it does appear to be closed.
The door, the gate's closed?
The gate, it's like a large portcullis, so you can slightly see through it, but just because of how thick these iron girders are, it's like you have to go right up to it if you want to look through.
Well, a gate is just basically a door, so we lost.
Unless you can use fly.
Memes aside, what time of day do we have it? I mean, we were pretty long in that dungeon.
You left
3 hours real time, so...
Yeah, but
Marduk is shocked by what he sees.
I believe it's around late evening. It's getting late evening, yeah.
Yeah.
No, early evening, yeah, around there.
Forel hears a voice in her head. Don't go.
What?
Keep out of this trouble.
What? Excuse me, why would Toril hear that voice in her head?
It's you imagine Garth, what he would do. And he would stay the fuck away from that mess.
Garth would charge in and be an idiot.
No, he wouldn't.
I have to agree with Toriel on this one.
Whose character is that? I know what he would do.
It's a character that doesn't have a say at the moment because he's a statue in the bag of holding.
He's a big old stone
Yeah,
statue.
so don't say anything.
He's smiling though, so we can crack jokes and haha, look, Garth's laughing.
It does seem like Granny's had like a heart attack and died or something.
Granny's like catching up to you guys. She's about like 100 paces back.
I can do it myself.
I'm old and decrepit and weak.
Oh, I wish that guy was here. I forgot his
These
name.
days have no respect for the elderly.
His name's Han. I approached. We can see through the gate. What happened? What do we see at the other side of the gate?
You have to get pretty close to the gate to see through.
Should we?
Up to it?
It sounds like a trick question, but yes.
Yeah, okay. So you approach the gate, and as you get closer, you start to feel this like radiating heat. Upon like closer inspection, these bars are definitely heated. And now that you're close, you notice a red glow coming from like side behind the gate. There's like a fire blazing directly to the left of the gate behind it, and it appears to be encompassing the entire left side that you can see in through this gate. Make a perception check.
Already making a check. I wasn't in a position to make a check. Okay. Perception, you say? Perception, I will. A natural 20 I roll.
Natural 20. Okay, yeah. From what you can gather, a large portion of stores that were to deal... what's the word I'm looking for? Stores that were dealing with like boat supplies and harboring, fishing supplies. Pretty much the main economic resource of this town is up in flames at the moment. There are a couple of people in the streets that are kind of like a couple of people casting minor spells and like throwing water at it. A couple of people like throwing buckets and like running to irrigation parts of the town and filling the buckets back up and trying to douse this fire. Behind that group of people are trying their best to put this fire out. There appears to be around 3 order of shelters kind of with their backs up against each other, just blasting spells down streets. A couple of them are kind of like darting into alleyways and such. You can't quite see who they're fighting, but it's definitely intense.
Tiffany, do you have a water spell?
Yeah, but I cannot conjure water. It's just water from around me.
Well, outside the town, there is a large moat of water which connects to the ocean.
There is
kind of like you have to go over a bridge.
There is an ocean by the city.
Oh well then. There is, yeah. Or is it long enough for me to like channel water into the city though?
It's like a giant moat that goes around the outside the city.
I mean like, is the distance?
Tiffany's the avatar.
Is the distance? Am I able to move the
Han
distance?
wanted to be Avatar so bad, now Tiffany.
Can I try Dimension Door?
To the other side of the thing, yeah. You taking anyone with you, or you just going yourself?
I'll try and take everybody.
You can take one person, I believe,
Um,
unless you cast it at a higher level. I'm not sure. I need to check the specifics of the spell.
it's at level 3. I gotta make sure I have a spell slot for that.
Yeah, you guys are still at wherever you were at from that. You haven't taken a long rest.
Nope.
No, I don't have a spell slot. Sorry. No, wait, it's at level 4.
Do you even have level 4 spell slots?
I'm not sure. I'm level 5.
Don't believe so.
don't
I
think
do
your
have.
player level correlates to your spell level.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think so as well. Chan, do I have level
I don't
4?
believe so. If you've got a level 4 spell slot, then you have level 4 spells. Do you have a level 4 spell slot?
No, you didn't tell me I get any.
Well, then you don't. All right. If I've been reasonably close to this gate, right? It's to look through it.
Yeah, and I'd say that just because of how superheated this metal is, you're kind of having to back off it.
All right. So this wouldn't be a gate I could open because it's too hot.
It's also about 6 to 7 times your size.
Yeah. Well, for that I have strength. However, I don't have oven gloves, oven mitts. So I guess I won't be opening this gate. There's a wall around the entire city, right? There's a wall around every city in Trymira.
Can I start channeling
It's
water?
like a heavy wall. It's made from stone and iron. What spell are you doing, Tiff?
This is called control water. It's a cantrip.
Okay. Yeah. Are you like trying to throw it over a wall?
Wherever there's fire,
Trying to cool down the gate, maybe.
Oh, look, control water is a 4th level spell.
well, it must be shape water then. Because there's like shape water, mold water.
Yeah, shape water is
Shape, yeah.
okay. Yeah, and you're just lobbing it over the wall towards the
Sure.
fire.
I don't want to kill anybody, drowning them.
How about you throw it at the gate? Maybe it'll cool down.
Or even squash it, split it open.
So you guys watch as a small snaky stream of water begins to twist itself out of the water and launches itself over the wall.
And then that's it.
You can't see shit.
Will that help?
Small snaky strip about the size of a bit of rope. About 30-yard bit of rope goes over.
If you want, I can put some water on the handles if that's what you're trying to use, Toriel.
You have that.
But to be honest,
This
if
gate
it's
has no
hot, the water
handles,
will just evaporate.
No, Tiffany. You always talked about at length about your cool rope trick. That just a rope that would go straight up. Why don't we use that to climb over the wall?
Yes. Why don't we climb over the well and descend into the burning fires of hell?
Exactly.
I use rope trick.
You got second level spells left?
Have you ever thought about
I
what
in
you actually
fact
want to
have one
achieve
more.
in Esta if you enter it?
I use rope trick.
Got
Are my
Adeline?
courses in there? Yeah, I've got one more left, Chen.
Tiffany pulls out her bit of rope and she touches it, and then it falls limp onto the floor. And then it begins to wriggle around like a snake, and it shoots up into the air, and the end of it disappears into what appears to be a black circle. This rope goes up for about 60 feet,
Is the wall?
which is enough to get to a wall.
I guess we climb over, right?
We can try.
Who's going first?
I
I'll
think
go.
the lighters should go first.
Then I'm going last. 'Cause
I'll go
Mardox tries to climb up the wall.
Me
using
too.
the rope.
I'm gonna have to roll for this.
It's just relatively easy. Like there's no danger. So all of your focus is kind of like focus on climbing this rope at the moment. It takes you about a minute or two to get to the top, and you jump to the wall.
Can I use Feather Fall to negate damage, or do we not need to use anything?
Are you planning to jump over the wall or jump onto the wall? This wall is big enough to be manned by people. So, more like you get over the top of it, you pass over the purloins. There's about space for two people standing directly next to each other across on top of this, but it does extend around the entire city, so it's pretty cool. There's like guardhouses on each of the spires where the walls like meet with each other. But getting to the top, you look out over the city and you can see now that there's a blazing inferno directly in front of you. There appear to be like 2, 3, 4 more fires across the city. But this one is probably the largest, centered right in front of you.
Is there a way around it?
It doesn't appear to be on the wall. And it does appear to be kind of contained within this one area for the moment.
Is there a way down?
Make a perception check.
$14.
14, yep. Looking around, you don't see like any stairs or ladders which lead down to the city, but you do see to your left, down towards the ocean, there's a guardhouse type building, which appears to be connected to the port of the town, the harbour, if you will. And to your right, you see part of the wall goes into the Iron Keep.
Hmm.
Oh, do you want to jump over?
The rest of you guys climbing up the rope as well?
sure.
Go there.
So are we also up there now? Do we skip
Yeah,
this? The 5
you-
seconds of you climb up the rope?
You guys, it's relatively easy to do. It's a pretty strong rope.
Do you want to jump over?
I guess we can go to the Iron Keep and find some stairs and go down.
I mean, I can just use Feather Fall.
Excuse me. My keen ears hear someone in danger or in need of assistance. Who's making this noise?
Granny.
Chen, why are you making that noise?
Oh, is that Granny?
You turn around and Granny's like climbing up the rope. The best of it. Like,
What else?
she like sloops for a second, but she catches herself.
Seriously, who else?
I don't know, I thought maybe someone was just standing fucking on top of this and was just dying.
I would say, but from this vantage point, if you guys kind of walk back towards the gate a little bit, you can see that it's definitely the Order and the Legion, like fighting each other.
Goddamn Order of Sheltir.
It seems to be centered in like localized groups of 3 to 4 of each side fighting each other. So like 3 Order and 3 Legion, or like 4 Legion, 2 Order, etc. Just dotted around the city. The Legion does appear to be winning, but there appear to be more Legion per square inch, so to speak.
The 2 active governments are destroying their own cities in open war. This is almost as bad as politics.
Almost funny.
Yeah, I think we should stay away from that, especially when we have that box in our position.
We should try to help. Just
Good question.
not.
You've still got a box, right, Toriel?
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, what do you think I threw it away?
No, so I was wondering who had it.
Garth basically died for this. I'm gonna throw it into the ocean. I mean, not to try to help win them the war, but the city's on fire. We need to do something. Adeline has to be in somewhere in here as well, doesn't she?
She might have gotten out doing all the commotion. But we should try and find her. She did promise teleportation seals to get back to the other city.
So the center of town is where the inns were, and the opposite side of town is where the Moonlight House was.
Are we jumping over then? I did ask like 10 minutes ago, but no one gave me an answer.
We have to go down and help put out the fires.
Okay, then we're jumping down. Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, so come on, guys. How far is it down, Chen?
Pretty far.
About 40 to 50 feet.
We go around.
use the
We go
wall.
around the wall. Try and search for a way down.
Can I use Featherfall, Chen?
You can if you'd like to. Featherfall
It's
is
a
the
level
first
one. Yeah.
Just saying there is a building over there.
I want to use Featherfall.
There's a building over there.
Yeah, the Iron Keep.
Hmm.
But that might be
Can I
the
just-
center of battle.
So Featherfall, you choose up to 5 falling creatures within range, and falling creatures' descent slows to 60 feet per round until the spell ends.
And we will use that.
If you guys are jumping off.
I'd rather not. I'd rather search for a way down around the wall.
I'm using Featherfall. You're fine.
Oh, and all of
Featherfall.
us?
Featherfall can affect 6 creatures, 5 creatures even, and will negate the damage. As long as it happens while the spell is active.
Realizing Tiffany has cast Featherfall, Marduk jumps off the wall
Same.
into the
Thank
city.
you.
Fine, I jump.
Toriel,
Jump.
Granny does a little like star jump. You guys fall about 10 feet at full speed, and then you kind of like catch yourselves in the air, and it's almost like falling through water and just letting yourself go down. It's quite a pleasant experience if there wasn't like a raging inferno right next to you. You guys land relatively safely.
I'm running around looking for a bucket or people.
Is there anything we can do to help?
There's a large group of civilians in front of you at the moment. Some like rudimentary spell casting is happening. Try and douse this flame. People splashing buckets of water and such.
Anyone have an extra bucket?
a couple of people kind of like turn to you and acknowledge your presence, and they kind of like go back to throwing buckets of water and like really frantically, like this is their livelihood that's burning at the moment. Really,
No one gives me a bucket?
they're using all the buckets they have.
Oh. Can Tiffany use mold earth to make me a bucket? Tiffany, please.
I don't have a bucket.
No, you know mold earth. You made an entire
Yeah, give me
carriage.
some earth then. Give me some earth then.
You're standing on it.
I don't think I can mold mud or whatever. What's the ground made of?
It's like a hardened dirt. It's been like
Would
trampled
the
over,
water
like,
just
compacted.
make it soggy?
You make me a bucket.
Fine.
I'll go get
I
water and
turn
I'll
the
help.
ground into a big ass bucket.
A 5
And I
foot,
go-
rather disgusting looking bucket appears at your feet, Toriel.
A 5-foot bucket?
You happy now? Here's the bucket.
I mean, thanks. But,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Take the bucket.
How heavy is this bucket?
It's pretty damn heavy, man. You probably have to put your weapons and backpack down.
God damn it, Tiffany.
Pick up this bucket.
Can you just use your water spells to help at least?
I mean, where's the water? We're inside.
You know the ocean? There's the ocean.
We just went off the wall.
There's like an irrigation system that runs into the sea. It's where most of the other people are getting their water from, but it's taken them a little while to go and get it. So like, you can follow the people if you want me to.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Fine, get some.
Toriel grabs this bucket, just kind of like, and just runs off down the street, following a couple of the other peasants who are also running with like empty buckets. What's everyone else doing?
Oh yeah, can I
I'm helping with the water.
Eclipse, can I hand off my things? You said I have to put my things down, right?
Yep.
Can I give them to Mordok? Mordok will look after me things.
You can indeed. Murdoch, you're moving at disadvantage while you put Toriel stuff.
In the bag,
I'm
Chris?
helping.
Yeah, basically just my
I'm help-
backpack.
Bag holding is full of gold at the moment.
And Garth.
And Garth.
I think Garth is taking up slightly more space.
A lot of space.
Basically all of the space. What's Granny doing?
Granny has joined Tiffany and the other spellcasters and beginning to cast like water spells and fire.
Yeah. Do I need a roll for a Chen, or does it just happen since it's a cantrip?
There's people, like the amount of people that are there with you, they're kind of like making water and you're just controlling water and shaping water and throwing it towards the fire, and Granny's also helping with the creation of water.
And I'm just running back and forth with this huge as fuck bucket.
Yeah, so you get to where people are drawing a bucket from, and it appears to be a really shallow part of the harbour. A lot of people kind of like stare at you with a really weird look, like, fuck, the size of this bucket, right? And then they like snap back into, oh shit, my shop is on fire. So you fill this bucket up. The structure of this bucket doesn't feel too great, considering it's just like compacted dirt at this point. So you've got like a relatively sloshy bucket of muck and slop. So you run back to the shops and you throw it on the fire. Are you guys just going to help put up this fire for the next however long it takes?
I mean, I guess Mordok, while he's carrying all the shit, can look around for people. If he finds Adeline. Right, Mordok? You wanna do that?
I can do that, I guess.
Just don't get into a fight with either faction, because I don't think either of them likes you.
So, you're walking around town, right, Mother? Make a investigation check for me.
1 sec. That's a 12.
12. You start walking in the general direction of the inns and the temple, like both of them are kind of the same walking direction. You notice as you kind of come to the edge of the street, down towards the Iron Keep, the street is like barricaded off, and there's just a line of Legion members with their spears and swords and shields out, just kind of like guarding Iron Fortress. You would know from being from this land, but the Iron Fortress is one of the like garrisons of the Imperial Legion. However, it was Trymirian Legion even in Skyrim. You would know, however, just because of the amount of people you saw from the top of the wall and the people you see in the street as you're kind of like walking along, that a large portion of the Legion isn't here at the moment. Or the Legion that is usually garrisoned here isn't here. You make your way up the street towards the inn, kind of like dodging fights, which are sort of moving in and out of alleyways. You get towards the teleportation circle, and it is locked down. You've seen this before. It's just turned off. Like, no one can use this teleportation circle. It's inert at the moment. And there appears to be like a couple of Legion members kind of like running back towards the offices of Shoutir within Esther. And a couple of Legion are kind of patrolling the streets of this part. There doesn't seem to be as much fighting in this area, but everyone here seems to be more concerned with putting out a fire in this specific area because it's right near the Iron Keep and the Legion offices. So they've kind of like called a temporary truce and are helping each other. Well, not helping each other, but they're putting out fire on their own accord. Back to you guys. I say, over the course of the next 2 hours, running back and sloshing this bucket, and this 5-foot bucket kind of like crumples in your hands at one point, Doriel. Tiffany like makes you another one. Of course, for the next 2 hours, this fire does begin to die out. People are kind of picking their way through the ruins and just kind of like trying to see if they have any of their livelihood left.
I look for Adeline.
Where are you going to do that? As you get to the teleportation circle, actually, what are the name of these places? The seabed is still standing.
Sorry about that.
The drowned fish. Was it the drowned fish?
Yeah, it was the drowning fish.
Drowning fish is burnt down.
Fuck. I decide to go to the temple.
Okay. You're going to make your way over towards that area. You pass like lodging for fishers and such, boat houses. The potion shop, which you guys entered before, is also burnt down. All of the shops in that sort of area are just rubble now. You stem into the residential district for the like lower classes, I suppose, which appears to be relatively untouched. A couple of houses towards the edges, nearer to the where that other fire was raging, have been like touched by fire, but they haven't been completely destroyed. So it seems to be relatively fine, and a lot of people seem to be kind of like funneling their way towards the Moonlight Temple.
How successful is the fire putting out thing going?
It's out.
I try to find the priestess we ran into earlier.
It's not hard to find. She's outside. She's kind of like helping people. She's bandaging a couple of people's wounds. She's pointing people inside the temple and such. You notice a couple of the other clerics are also outside, kind of like tending to people, bringing them inside if they need to be.
Well,
treated a little further.
I approach her and
Her name's Louise, by the way.
I try and find the rest of the
Marduk doesn't
group.
remember.
Chen, can I try and find the rest of the group now?
You and Tori are generally in the same area with Granny.
Okay. Granny.
It's just Murdoch who's gone off.
I try and talk to her.
What'd you say?
Now give me a second. I ask her where Adeline is.
Again, sorry?
I ask where Adeline is.
How do you ask her?
Well, first I say, what's going on? What happened?
The city's on fire. Don't you see this? Are you blind?
I'm not blind, I see, but how? Why?
What do you think?
The Order of Shaltira and the Legion were going at it. Anyway, my friend is in trouble. He needs help.
There are lots of people who need help right now.
Well, he's turning to stone.
She's bandaging someone who's like bleeding severely from their arm at the moment, and she kind of stops and just looks up at you with like this look of confusion, like, what?
We found Medusa. We fought her. He got hurt. He needs help now. He might die.
I've never treated anyone who's turned to stone before.
Well, do you know anybody who can help?
I might know of someone, but I don't think it's the kind of person you want to be dealing with.
I'll take my chances. Is there anything you can do?
I can try.
Marduk kind of summons Garth statue from the bag.
What's your strength? Yeah, you manage to get his head out of the opening of the bag of holding, and then it's kind of much for you, and you drop the bag on the floor, and Garth statue kind of recedes out of the bag in your arms. She stands up and she places her hands upon the statue, and Garth's entire form begins to glow. And then it goes inert. This whatever spell she seems to cast didn't seem to take hold on this stone form. She turns around and she's like, "Kevin!" And you watch as this female elf, long features, wearing similar sort of bluish robes, runs forwards. She was like escorting people in, but she kind of passes it over to this halfling who's also tending to people and such. She runs over to you, and Louise gives her this like knowing look, and they both put their hands upon Garth, Garth's statue form. It begins to glow again with this golden, brighter intensity. And for a moment, you swear you see Garth smile again, and then it fades and he goes back to the stone form. She looks to you with this look of like disdain, kind of upset on her face. It's like, I don't know.
Well, where is this person who can help me?
I also don't know that.
Can't even.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm not really sure where he is. Nobody does.
Where is Adeline? Is she safe?
I really don't know. We're not that good friends.
Question
Well, you
time.
saw her last.
She left shortly after you did.
What is his name?
The Master of Creation, Rasheen Bellium, I believe his name was. He used to work for the old king. Very good with potions.
Is he in the city?
I highly doubt it. Now, please, if I must get back to treating these people.
Fine. Marduk puts tries to put Garth back in the bag and ask, "Is there any way I can help?"
Do you have any healing spells?
I do not, sadly.
Then no.
I do have a spell that increases healing, though. One sec.
I'd say while this whole thing is transgressing, you guys do make your way towards the center of town and see what Murdoch has seen, and make your way towards the temple. You find him outside talking to Louise, who's kind of turning back to healing and bandaging people up. He's like cramming Garth back into the bag of holding.
So can she help us, Marduk?
And then no one says anything.
They tried, but they can't seem to help him. She says this Rashim fellow might be able to help him, but no one can tell me where to find him. Can I check history to know if I know this guy or if I've heard of him?
Yeah.
I'm sure Adeline knows, right? She knows just about everything.
Well, no idea where she is.
Well,
Oh, god damn it, so close.
she's probably on her way home, I'd say. Although I hope not, because we don't...
She said she will stay in the city as long as we were.
Did she?
Well, she did came here to help us, and she did promise us the way back.
That's true.
Your promise with it around.
By the way, the inn we were staying in is burnt down.
Both of them?
No!
I hope you didn't leave anything on there.
The inn the guys will stay in, but the girls still have rooms. Hopefully. You haven't been inside to check.
So are we gonna
So
stay
do we want to
here,
stay
or-
outside the city and take camp there? Or go in the remaining hotel? What's wrong, Tiffany?
I was speaking!
Oh, excuse me.
Well, that's not an action. That's basically a state.
So, I'll say what I was going to say. Do you want to stay in the city, or are we planning on fleeing? Because we've still got our horses here, and we don't know if our horses are dead, alive, on fire, being eaten. You know,
being
Those
eaten.
Those horses were rentals.
but we had our own horses.
Yeah.
Well,
Kids-
I
Adlin,
want to see if horses
Where we can hear
are our horses
Garth.
dead, Tren. Can we go find them, please?
Is that what you guys want to do? You leave simple?
Yes.
well,
We
we
can
could
find our horses.
set up camp right outside the city, sleep there, and maybe in the morning we'll find Adlin.
Why don't we find our horses, set up camp, and then find Adeline? I don't want
we
to play
get
another
our-
like 800.
Oh yeah,
I don't want to get blamed for all of this. After the mess we made in Ciosa.
I'm not planning on fleeing. I'm asking if you guys want to go, but I want to find my horse. That
Yeah,
horse was
let's go
expensive.
find our horses. Can I telepathically
Yes,
talk to my
Ken.
horse? Is it still alive?
Yeah, your horse appears to be fine, and it appears to be all the other horses around your horse also appear to be fine. They seem to be in a stable.
They're
Good.
just in the stable
Right,
where we
let me
left
go
them.
to that stable.
You guys, so you're going to find your horses, yeah?
Yeah.
Wait, I give Turiel all her stuff back.
Oh yeah, thanks for holding that.
No, you're welcome.
You guys make your way back to the west side of the city. You pass the residential district, pass a large portion of the city which is now just rubble. Bits of rubble kind of blocking the path and stuff. You have to climb over them. Bits of fall and you stumble and shit. You also pass the halls of Shaltir, and you see that there's a large mage presence just out the front of it. There's around 40 to 50 mages, and as you guys walk past, they all just stop talking to one another and just watch you.
Keep walking. Keep walking.
You guys all continue past. You make your way into the main street and past the guardhouse. The gate is open here, which is pleasant. You make your way out into the sort of stable entrance area, and all your horses appear to be fine. Some of them seem a bit riled up from the fire and destruction and sounds of combat that were just happening, but large majority of them are just grazing. There's also a very large Goliath with hulking muscles, ashy skin, just kind of tending to a horse.
Do we have to ask him to get our horses, or can we just get them? Do we have to pay him?
There wasn't a stable hit master here when you left your horses here.
There wasn't a stable here when we left them?
There was a stable. There wasn't a stable master.
Oh.
So it's kind of like you leave your horses at your own risk.
Well, then we retrieve him at our own risk.
You have to bump past the Hulk and Goliath to get in there.
Well then, excuse me. Could you let us through?
Chris?
Am I inconvenient for you?
For fuck's sake! For fuck's sake!
Get this get this guy out of here right now. Just get him out of here. Fuck.
No, fuck this. I refuse to play with pain. I refuse.
He didn't tell me he was gonna do
He told me, but I didn't think he'd go through with it.
God damn it.
Now Chen left. What the fuck?
That's tickled his fancy.
We should have said that to the guard when we came to the gate. It doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan. Oh my god.
You really don't take the darkness.
Tiffany. No, Tiffany has to say to Gord, who asks her a dumb question, "Why you have to be mad? It's just D&D. It's just game."
All right.
It's
So,
just heroes.
Goliath.
In Soviet
Why
Russia,
you have to
games
be
plays
mad?
you.
Next time someone whinges, I'm gonna play like a baby crying in the background. So
Anyway,
fed up with people whinging.
back on topic. Yes, we want to retrieve our horses. Could you step aside for a minute?
Nay, way, mate.
Well, if it makes you happy.
I'm muting Garth, I'm sorry.
It's not Garth though. It's someone else.
Chris.
And I don't want to take him with us. I'm gonna be honest.
So what's the,
So yeah,
Goliath
I'll step
response?
aside, I guess.
All right, he steps aside. We
you.
take our horses and we go. We leave
We
this fucking
leave,
pain
yes.
behind.
Marduk can also takes Garth horses. Garth horse as well.
Oh, thanks a lot.
I keep swearing to God. I keep hearing this guy in my head.
It's weird, right? Is he?
Well-
Was he a spirit all along?
Uh,
you
I
mentioned
didn't
what-
mean to eat
you
the
mentioned
last
what-
muffin.
When the
Sorry.
when the clerics tried their spell on him, he actually smiled, but I think this is way beyond their power.
Excuse me, I believe now you are in my way. Would you care to step aside, please?
We went past them. We went out the stable. We're leaving. How are we in your way?
Yeah,
We're not
you-
even
you-
near you
you-
anymore.
You went past him into the stable when you started talking to one another.
What a coincidence.
What was the
You don't happen to
coincidence?
have anything to do with the hassle breaking out here, do you?
No, that was the two ruling factions that had a war.
That seems like something really interesting.
Can you type the name of this Rushman fella?
Do you have any way to prove
Yes.
this?
Well, if you were outside during the fight, you could have seen the two, the Legion and the what was
Thank
the other
you.
called? The Legion and the where the fuck is this piece? There. Why to put it over there? Am I an idiot?
You mean the Order of Chartier, yes. It
Yeah,
is
you would have seen
pathetic
those
what
two
they
symbols
do.
fighting in the streets.
It is pathetic what those who believe in authority are capable of.
Is he still blabbering?
One might think they should actually have the decency to take this outside the city. But no.
One might
Apparently
hope so. But the cruelty of the ruling factions know no bounds a lot of the time.
not. Yes.
Anyway,
Right.
good talk. We'll be leaving now.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Have a nice evening.
Murdoch, did you roll history on like seeing if you knew who he was?
I did. I didn't get very high though, like 6.
It was 6. 6 is enough. You didn't tell me that.
Ah, I'm sorry.
You would know that King Oswin's had like a load of different craftsmen underneath him who worked for him. So people who were extremely powerful in their specific veins of creation and such. So Schultz was one of them. And this guy, Rasheen, his full title is Grand High Lord Rasheen Winigold Brenigal Harkin Beryllium V, last of his name, Kaiser of Contraption, Master of Creation, Dean of the Halls of Contraptions.
People with long names tend to be
Can you
full of
repeat
themselves.
that, please?
Can you not?
Grand High Lord Rasheen Winigold Beryllium Gol Harkin Beryllium V, Kaiser of Contraption, Master of Creation, Dean of the Hall of Contraptions.
And we sell
Look at
tires
the
too.
bottom of titles.
How are you hearing his thoughts?
I couldn't keep up. I'm sorry, Chan.
Just can you type it out in the D&D chat?
Yes, please.
Wait, so are you saying this out loud to the rest of them then, Eclipse, or I'm just going to PM you it?
Yeah, I'm telling
Oh,
them
I already know.
that he used to be one of King Osmond
Master craftsman.
craftsman. Yeah.
Is that the guy, the Goliath? Is that the Goliath?
By the way, Chen, we're leaving.
If you're saying this, then the Goliath will overhear you.
Yeah, but we're leaving. We're leaving.
You're not leaving. You had to go past the Goliath to leave again.
Yeah, we're doing
The
that.
guy, the craftsman.
Well, tell him you want to leave. He's blocking the door.
Is he again?
I
No.
assumed I was already, I had
God!
already left.
Yeah, Marduk. Who's the Kaiser
Yeah, Chris,
craftsman?
you're going to have to talk normally, man, because no one can understand you.
Alright, yeah, I'm leaving. I'm nodding ahead.
Jesus!
Oh, can you do that again? Please?
Can you please just answer me? Right. Okay. Marduk, who is the Kaiser of creation? Which person was it? Because I couldn't hear when everyone was just... Bane was just talking.
He's known to be very good with potions. I think he used to work for King Oswin. He was one of the craftsmen. Craftsmen.
Yeah, but which person? Was it someone we walked past? What do they look like?
He's also a tinker, like the master tinker.
Why would she not recommend working with him? Would I know that?
Oh my god, what does he look like?
He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He's heard about him. He hasn't seen him.
Thank you. I'm just gonna write something. Tinkerbell's best friend is King Osmond.
Of course. The Tinker.
So, Chris, you would overhear Marduk talking to all of them about this guy.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'll just ride off. I'll be on my way.
The new character, guys.
I guess I know where.
Wait, is Chris the Goliath?
Yeah.
We're playing with Bane now.
Yeah, but you just read off. Okay, cool. Your new character lasted a whole 15 minutes.
Great. So, the Goliath rides off into the distance, into the sunset. He's gone. You guys begin to make your way out. Where are you guys going?
Just outside the city. I kind of want to set up camp there.
How far outside the city? Like, literally just outside it? Or are you going for a certain amount of time down the road?
1 to 2 hours, maybe.
Okay, yeah, you guys ride for 1 hour. You pass a large cluster of trees, and then a small clearing.
We could take a rest here.
That was the plan.
Marduk, though, summons one of his minions.
What kind of minion?
He uses Unseen Servant.
Ah, okay.
Okay, to do what?
To do my bidding.
And what is type hitting?
A simple task. Set up camp.
Wow. We too lazy to set up camp ourselves these days?
Deal with Marduk's wounds because he's also wounded.
Okay.
Fair enough. I tie my horse up to the nearest tree and
what's so fucking
I
funny,
let it
Chen?
drink.
I'm just slapping myself in the face right now.
Why? Is Unseen Servant really dumb?
No.
It isn't quite
Can I-
clear
Is
what
it
kind of
because-
thing
Is it because Chris's character lasted only 15 minutes?
No, it's because I didn't know which informations my character had.
Wait, so you
Okay,
were
thank
supposed
you.
to have info.
So I take my horse. So I take my horse to the nearest maybe river, let it feed on some grass, I tie it up. That's all I wanted to say. Okay.
You already said that.
Tiffany takes the horse to the nearest river and lets it drink. There isn't one nearby, so she looks for about 5 to 10 minutes and comes back, ties it to a tree.
We set up camp and we go
Tiffany,
to
did you
sleep.
find water?
I did, yes.
Which direction?
I point to the water.
Fine, Marduk does the same.
So Marduk walks in the direction Tiffany pointed to, doesn't find a river, comes back and ties his horse to a tree.
But why?
I literally just said she didn't find it. There is no river.
Oh, I'm
nearby.
sorry.
Find
I thought you. Well, she said yes. Tiffany, you lied to me.
Spectral. So, can any of your familiars take watch and
I
telepathically?
mean, I don't know, my owl's
Can my
gone at the
horse take
moment.
watch? Can my horse telepathically alert me when danger approaches when I'm asleep?
I believe your horse can take a watch now.
Dang it.
Where is my owl? Like, is it still not listening to me?
Your owl's been flying overhead this entire time.
Can Garth take watch?
When it was outside, actually no.
Stop.
When you entered the dungeon, it was still flying overhead. When you left the dungeon, it was flying closer, like relatively low, but still kind of away from you. It wouldn't have come with you into the city, but when you left, it would have come closer again.
Okay.
How we're not right by the road, by the way, right?
The clearing is the only thing in this clearing is the road and a bit of grass.
I don't like taking camp right by the road.
Too bad.
Do we take watches or do we just sleep?
I'll take watch until I need to fall asleep.
Okay.
Yeah, Tiffany's on first watch, who's on second?
I'm on second. Me.
Tiffany, make me a perception check as the rest of the guys settle down for the night and begin to wrap themselves up in their bedrolls.
$16.
So, relatively uneventful evening.
Oh wait, I get a bonus. It's +3. 20.
It's still relatively uneventful. A couple of birds fly off in the night, a few ravens here and there. You notice a few, like hostile seeming creatures towards the edges of the clearing, but they don't seem to be too intent on starting a fight at the moment, and they kind of wander off back into the trees. Coming to the end of your watch, you're waking up Murdoch. Murdoch made me a perception check.
Seven.
7. So, yeah, again, relatively uneventful. Kind of get distracted looking at a couple of birds in the sky. which kind of leads you to start looking at the stars and such.
Marduk wonders about the stars.
Yeah, it begins to bring back a few memories here and there, and you begin to kind of like reminisce. Then you hear a large rustling about 50 feet from you.
I shout and wake up everybody.
It was a frog.
Screaming at you guys.
Something's coming!
What if it's just a frog?
How long has it been? How long has it been, Jen?
Not long rest time.
Okay, dang it.
Short rest time, if you'd like it.
Are you waking us up?
Marduk uses the heal. He heals. Tries to heal anyway.
He uses what?
Hit dice.
Okay.
Five.
Why are you waking us up?
What's happening?
I've heard something. Can't you hear it?
Can we hear it?
I mean,
It's completely silent.
it could have just been a bird.
You're imagining things.
As you say that, this how to describe this? The carcass of what appears to be a bandit comes flying towards your group, like from the tree line. A split going from his stomach out to the top of his shoulder. He's just like being cleaved, and he's just flying. He spews blood all over the campsite. And he lies there, and he's still alive for a second, just kind of.
How do we know it's a bandit?
Just from his attire and the way he's dressed and such.
Okay, never mind. You're not imagining things.
And he just kind of expires on the ground in front of you.
The hell did this?
And you guys all watch the direction where he came from.
And there's a big ass Goliath in black armor.
And there is a hulking Goliath who walks out of a tree line with his axe dripping in blood, this huge grey axe. With this like bloodlust smile across his face.
Really?
Oh, this is a coincidence.
God damn it!
Oh my god!
You know what? We're taking a break out. I need a fucking drink, man. I'll be back.
It hurts to laugh. Oh my god! Please stop. Okay, 5 minutes break.
No. Ouch, ouch.
I told you my character would be obnoxious.
Why?
Didn't think it over to him though.
Excuse me, we're sleeping over
Oh,
here.
well, I like golf. I finally started to like golf.
We're sleeping over here.
I also
Can't-
wish that I can bring him back, but
Excuse me, I'm speaking here. I'm talking to your fucking dumbass character, okay?
yeah, and we will get to that. But yeah, I hope we can bring Garth back. This is just a temporary solution.
It's a necessary evil if you want to refer to it that way.
I think I'm gonna get some cider. 1 second.